Hello everyone and welcome to another movie review by Centipede Geek. In this video I'll be talking about a horror film with the name of Lucky. It's now available on the horror streaming app known as Shudder. It's directed by Natasha Kermani. It's from a screenplay of Bria Grant. She's also the leading role in the film. And like I said, it came on Shudder March 4th, early of this year of 2021. And just so everyone knows, there will be heavy spoilers ahead in this video. And it also premiered apparently at the South by Southwest Festival last year of 2020, so that's pretty cool. I've always wanted to go to a film festival. Let's not get off track, right? What is Lucky about? Well, as I said, there will be spoilers ahead. Lucky is a film of sorts where I guess if you want to call it a time travel loop, but it does a time travel loop in a very different way to where other people are actually involved. Normally, when you see the sort of Groundhog Day, when you see the sort of Groundhog Day story, you see the same things kind of happen over and over and over, and in this, it's just done a little bit differently. So it's like the time travel loop story we know, but with a little bit of a done in a spin of its own way. And this girl, every day, this guy comes inside the house and breaks the window and only tries to kill her. So for whatever reason, the killer only tries to kill the wife and not the husband. And then later on, we find out that I really like the plot of the movie. What are my thoughts and opinions about Lucky? It has a really neat plot, and it has a lot of what I would call a lot of social commentary on today's world and on today's society, and it plays on the fact that women are tormented and they are victims, and I would agree with this. I would agree with this in every sense of the word, that women are victims, and that every day they are tormented. That's the way their life is. That doesn't seem that there's much they can do about it. And I could see a lot of people, I don't want to get into a political discussion at all on this channel. I've never wanted to do that. But this is one of those movies that I could see a lot of people liking because of the story it has to tell, and then I could see a lot of people that maybe don't agree with the commentary that this movie has, and then those people that don't maybe not like the movie. But politics aside and all of that stuff aside, I do think that there is a lot of truth to the film, that women can be victims, and I just think it's a really interesting concept of the movie. I've seen films do stuff similar to this, but maybe not done in the same fashion. And I really liked the overall agenda of the movie. The movie, especially those last 20 minutes or so, or so, definitely had a story to tell, and I think it did a great job in telling that story. I think the screenplay done by Bria Grant, also, like I said earlier, the leading actress in this movie, she did a great job telling the story and a great job, writing the screenplay, and then also being in the movie itself. It was just really cool to see her in this role. I'm not too familiar with the actress or the screenwriter, but I would definitely be interested in checking out more of her work. Actually, according to Wikipedia here, and my sources here, I actually see that she was in a film called After Midnight. That was actually a great film, so it looks like that I actually am familiar with her work. After Midnight, I believe, is another film also available on the horror streaming app known as Shudder, about a sort of a werewolf of sorts, and I really like that film. So it seems that I actually have seen her and stuff before. Either way, Lucky is a really neat movie, and looks like Rotten Tomatoes calls it a rich blend of thrilling horror and sharp social commentary. So looks like I said the same thing they said. Lucky acts like a bloody good calling card for director Natasha Kermani and writer-star Bria Grant. So I would definitely, once again, I don't always agree with Rotten Tomatoes, but they give it a 93% rating. So that's a pretty high rating, it looks like. It's got an average of 7.1 out of 10. I'm trying to think of some other things I liked about the movie. It's got some really neat scenes towards the end where it likes to use sort of this like red light or this red room effect, and you see all these different, you're kind of wondering, it has a good kind of ambiguous, a mystery vibe to it. You're trying to figure out why she is being tormented, and you're trying to find out maybe who the killer is per se, and then you find out that it's just men in general, and towards the end of the film, the man starts to change his face, almost like in a Rorschach-like fashion. I don't want to compare it to that, but like in a Rorschach like deal, like where the Rorschach from DC Comics and his face changes behind the mask. So it's almost like that, where the face changes into many different faces, and it was a pretty neat effect I liked. And like I said, the red room effect there at the end, where it shows all these different women being tormented by men, and there's nothing they can do about it. It's just the way the world is. It was a scary an eerie film, but a very true film I found, very true in today's society. But once again, that's my review of the film on Shudder called Lucky. Thanks for watching, and as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe below.